Hey everybody, today we're continuing the NativeScript chats with community members, and today I've got Rowdy Rabo, RR, Double R Consulting. That happens to be Rowdy's consulting company where he does software development. And Rowdy's been involved in the NativeScript community for a while. You might have seen him on Twitter, he's pretty active on there, and he's organized 2 NativeScript conferences in Amsterdam. So if you've been to the Amsterdam NativeScript conference, Rowdy's the guy to thank. Here's my chat with Rowdy. Enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Alex again, and today I have a special guest. His name is Rowdy, and he comes from Gouda. Is it Gouda?
It's Gouda, yeah.
Gouda, all the way in the Netherlands. And that's why you have the piece of cheese in your Twitter account, right?
Yeah, that's completely true, yeah.
But that's Swiss cheese, I think. So you got to work on that Gouda cheese.
Okay, yeah, but everybody knows Gouda cheese is still the best, so that's fine.
I have some Gouda cheese in the fridge that I'm going to have for lunch later. So about Rowdy a little bit. Rowdy does a lot of things very well. He's a full stack developer, first of all. He does NativeScript applications. He does web applications. He does the back end. He is a speaker and a conference organizer, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see 2 posters behind him about the NativeScript conferences specifically that he organized in Amsterdam. He runs Double R Consulting, which he can talk about a little bit more if he wants to. Hey, welcome, Rowdy. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good. It's good to have you on. So do you have something you want to add about Double R? What is Double R? What do you do with that?
With Double R, I build websites for clients. I work together with designers and text writers for that. It's my own little company I do, besides working for the largest Dutch insurance company, Nationale-Nederlanden, where I have my part-time job for 32 hours a week. So it's a good way for me to learn new stuff and interact with clients.
Yeah, that's great. So you've been at National Nederlander for a long time now, from what I understand, right?
True, 1992 already.
Wow, 92, that's almost 30 years ago, 28 years. Big anniversary coming up. So this gig on the side that you do, Double R, allows you to explore more and learn a lot of new things, right?
Yeah, that's true. I started working on the web in 1996 already, when I got my first internet connection. So I tried to work with things like HTML and Perl and PHP back in the time. And then later on, I thought, well, I can learn stuff and do stuff, but I could also earn a little bit money with it for other people to build websites. So I did that. And also, I didn't start in IT directly at Nationale-Nederlanden. So it was also, for me, a way of learning new stuff and be able to use that in a later career at Nationale-Nederlanden.
So what kind of technologies were you working with on the back end? You mentioned PHP. What else do you work with?
Well, I started out with Perl. Didn't really have a clue what I was doing there, but it sometimes worked. Mm-hmm. Then I tried to use PHP without any frameworks, just getting things done, and I still use it time by time. And also lately for APIs, I use Node.js because everything is JavaScript right now, right?
Everything is JavaScript, and including NativeScript. So how'd you get into NativeScript?
Well, at Nationale-Nederlanden, we had and we have an app especially for pension. And we first had a version that was built with Titanium, also a JavaScript platform, but it didn't perform that well. It was maintained by an external party. And they said to us, well, if we do everything natively, we can do it much faster, much better, and we can give you the product you want. So they started building that with Objective-C and Java. It costed about 8-9 months before it was ready again. And then, unfortunately, updates weren't going that well, not fast. And in the end, I think we only had an iOS developer who also had to do the Android stuff. So that didn't help. Mm-hmm. So I started to look at different solutions than the native stuff because I couldn't write any Java or Objective-C. So we looked at various platforms, and NativeScript was one of them. And it just grabbed me because it fitted my skill set and it looked very promising at that time. And we're talking 2016 here.
Yeah, 2016. That's about version 1.5 or 2 of NativeScript, I think.
It was about 2.3, 2.4, maybe, I think, something like that.
Okay. So what do you use? Do you prefer NativeScript Core or Angular or Vue?
Well, at the time, you only had TypeScript Core and Angular. And I didn't want to write any routing or dependency injection and stuff like that myself. So I knew a little bit Angular. For a proof of concept, I did it in just plain JavaScript. But in the end, we built our app with Angular, just because there's a lot of stuff there already for us that we don't have to do ourselves.
Okay, got it. When you're learning new tech, what do you like to use? Do you like to watch videos or do you like to read blog posts? How do you learn new tech?
Most of the time it's reading books. I got a lot of Udemy subscriptions of trainings I still have to do, by the way. And it's also a lot of trial and error. Just think of it like, oh, this is interesting, just try it. And another thing that works very well for me is just apply to conferences with a abstract of something I would be interested in to learn. And if I got accepted with that talk, I have to learn that and deep dive into it.
Yeah, the pressure.
A little bit pressure on yourself there. Yeah, that works.
How about, do you ever pick a topic that you just completely didn't know and you had to speak about it?
No, I'm not that brave. I always know a little bit upfront about what I would want to talk about and learn about. It's never like, let's start with topic X, which I don't know anything about. No, not yet.
Yeah, I have yet to try that also. That would be interesting. But it would certainly make you learn just-in-time learning.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have a favorite plugin in NativeScript that you use all the time, or a tool that you use that you like?
Well, for our pension app in Nationale-Nederlanden, we're very happy with the NativeScript barcode scanner from Eddy, because it's a great way for our customers to put info in the app without having to do it manually. So we use that a lot. And I also like the NativeScript carousel. It's from Nadim. I don't know him personally, but it's a nice way to help people understand how the process of scanning works. We have, I think we have 4 or 5 slides there. You get a screenshot and a little text saying what you have to do. That last one is also one of my least favorites, actually, because I'm still on an old version of NativeScript with the app, because if I want to upgrade it, then I have to upgrade to also Angular and stuff like that. And fortunately, we don't have, well, probably have the budget for it, but I don't get the time for it to do it.
Yeah.
So I have some pod dependencies on iOS I have to work around sometimes, but that's okay. You'll definitely learn a lot from that also.
Yeah, and I've seen your Twitter feed about your recent complaints about your upgrade process. Folks, if you're not following Rowdy, check out his Twitter account. I'll post it down below. You can keep up with Rowdy and his upgrade process of his NativeScript app and see what pitfalls you might run into. It's very educational. So thanks for sharing all those.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So when you're not programming, what are you up to? What are you up to during your day job? I know that you're in Amsterdam or close to Amsterdam, so there's a lot of activities going on all the time over there, a lot more fun to be had.
I live in Gouda and I work in Amsterdam, but also sometimes work in Rotterdam. And I work a lot for my own company also at home. So actually, if I want to do something else than coding, it's like do nothing. Do the minimal. What I really try to do is to stay fit, because sitting behind a desk, that's not a good thing. So at least 3 times a week, I want to go to the gym, and usually it works out also that way. But otherwise, it's like just relaxing. Watch a lot of watching of TV series and especially superhero movies also. It's partying at conferences. That's enough for me.
Yeah. No, I know how you feel after a long day of coding. You just want to chill sometimes and to spend time with the family. And I like the workout stuff. I highly recommend folks do that. I've been trying to do that also. I have a little gym that I set up with a little bench press thing. So I'm doing that once in a while, but I'd like to do it more often. It's very helpful to get your brain a rest.
Definitely. And it's also a good way to try to stay in shape, because I see videos of myself at conferences like, okay, you have to suck that tummy in. What are you talking about that?
I wanted to ask you about those posters behind you. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Back in the day, I think it was early 2017, I saw a tweet actually from NativeScript saying, well, we're having a NativeScript Developer Day in the US. I don't know where it was anymore, but I said, well, why don't you do this in Europe too? Because, we want to have it here also. And well, time passed, and eventually they contacted me and said, okay, we want to do that. But do you want to help us? Do you want to help us out? Yeah, that's fine. I've never done that, but sure, I want to help. And I got my employer on board, giving us some office space in Rotterdam to have about, I think, 80 or 90 people there. Mm-hmm. The one thing they didn't tell me up front is that I had to talk there also about NativeScript. So that was actually my first public talk I did there. That was fun. 2018, we didn't do it mostly because I didn't have time to help out. Early 2019, you were in Amsterdam yourself too there, Alex.
Yeah.
Yes, we did it in our Amsterdam office of Nationale Nederlanden with about, I think, 130 people. And I really loved it. It was good. We had some workshops also there. And that was good, definitely.
That was a fun workshop. Shiva and I did a workshop on NativeScript, advanced NativeScript techniques, security, and UI. And Jen Looper did Vue workshop over there, NativeScript Vue workshop. Yep. And all the talks were fun, and it's just a fun conference. Not big, but it was just the right size to keep it very cozy and comfortable, and everybody could meet each other and interact. And that was really awesome. I hope it happens again one day, but we'll see. Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see. Definitely.
Yeah. So thanks a lot for coming on here, Rowdy. It was really a pleasure to chat with you. You can find Rowdy on Twitter. Usually hangs out over there. I'll put a link down to his Twitter down below. So thanks a lot.
Thank you for having me, Alex.